In today's video, we're going to be creating this video using my own awesome LUT that I created for Pocket Camera a while ago, about a year ago. So today we're going to do this grading and this LUT. Alright, so in this video we're going to use a couple really awesome techniques that I showed before, but I don't think I kind of implement them all together. So let's dive into Davinci Resolve and find out what I did. Alright, let's get started. So here's our clip that I've shot on the Pocket Camera, original Pocket Camera, about 2 years ago. It was all handheld with the Sigma 18 to 35. There was no stabilization, nothing. It was just a basically handheld shot. So the first thing I'm gonna do is to clean the footage a little bit, because it's a pocket camera, and as some of you guys know, the pocket camera is actually pretty noisy. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go over here in the motion effects. I'm gonna do 3 frames better. Let's increase a little bit, kind of like that, and I'm gonna increase a little bit of chroma. Now, this is not necessarily the most ideal way of doing it, but for the sake of tutorial, this is fast and dirty. So I'm gonna label this as NR, noise reduction, and I'm going to create a new node. And in the next node, I'm gonna use my own special LUT that I built about a year ago for Pocket Camera. Okay, right click, LUTs, RMK LUTs, Pocket, boom. And right away we have cinematic conversion with accurate skin tones. I specifically built this LUT to make skin look as accurate as possible with the 5600 Kelvin temperature. So basically I try to do accurate representation with it. If you guys interested in this LUT, it's on sale in my store. I'm gonna put link in the description below. So I'm gonna label this as LUT, okay? And let's analyze what we have. So basically she's walking, and down to the server. Okay, so it's great. I'm gonna start grading after the LUT. So LUT did its job. Let's take a look really quick, before and after. Okay, before and after. So now we have basically fantastic Rexstone 09. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start adding a little bit of feel that we at some kind of maybe futuristic facility. Basically this whole thing was shot at a local news station in its actually server room. You know, we had to be very careful over there, obviously, because there's a lot of important things in there. But this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna add one really cool plugin, the one that comes with Davinci Resolve, and that plugin is Aperture diffraction. Okay, just like this, and all of a sudden we have old school Led Zeppelin concert over here. Okay, what I'm gonna do, I'm actually going to probably, let's see, probably gonna go like this, and I'm gonna do blending, that way it's not too much. That way we just kind of have a little bit of accent. That way it's not too much in our face. Let me see, maybe I can even do a little bit more. Let's see, something like that. Okay, so that looks fantastic. Next thing I'm gonna do is apply the look that I want. So I'm gonna label this as effect, okay? And this one going to be look. Boom. Alright, and in my look, I want to do futuristic, very redundant. I want to make everything kind of blue. Okay, just like that. I'm sure Michael Bay would be proud of me. Okay, so very simple. Like this. Probably highlights I can do maybe a little bit warm, and gamma maybe a little bit green, but generally I kind of want to be in this ballpark. Alright, so everything looks kind of ridiculous, you may ask, and you're actually absolutely correct about it. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna push Alt plus L, and we're gonna convert it into a layer node. And in the layer node, what I'm gonna do now, I actually going to define the split in the temperature. So I'm gonna go into qualifier, okay, and with the qualifier, only thing that I want is saturation, okay. And basically, if I'm gonna go kind of, let me turn on the highlight. If I'm gonna go down like this, we can see basically what's happening. So I'm gonna go opposite way, okay, something like that, and I'm gonna make it very, very soft, okay, like this. Again, this is not necessarily the most accurate way, but for the sake of tutorial, we're gonna let it pass. All right, let's see, as long as we don't have too much dancing and craziness, that should do it. All right, so that looks great. Let's get out of here. And all of a sudden we have everything sort of balanced it out a little bit. But that's not all. Let's go again to the look and back to the color wheels. In the color wheels, I'm gonna go to log, and with this log, what I'm gonna do is to bring everything more equal in the shadows. So what I'm gonna do is try to balance shadows a little bit, okay, just like this. But now I kind of gonna start rolling it back, that only very bottom part of the shadows actually going to be affected, okay, just like this. And all of a sudden we have a very interesting effect going on. We sort of left everything blue. At the same time, the black looks black, so therefore it looks natural. Now I'm going to combine all this just like that, and let me label it as look, and let me show you before and after. Look how big of a difference, before and after. Okay, let's see over here, one more time, before and after. Now the cool thing about this, if we feel that we did a little bit too much, we can always go to the gain, put point, let's do 700. All right, so that looks much more natural now. But that's not all. Now I want to start doing a little bit interesting sort of sci-fi effect. I'm gonna create another node, and in this node, basically what I'm gonna do is to add, let's see, what should I add? I want to add a little bit of lens distortion, okay? Not too crazy, not too much, not too crazy, but something like that. Let me go over here. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. Okay, so we kind of have a little bit distorted view now. So I'm gonna call this one distortion. Next, I'm gonna go and do some really cool trickery with the channels. I'm gonna push Alt Y, okay, Alt Y. Whoa, out of space. Okay, let me organize this really quick. All right, much better. So this is basically when you push Alt Y, you separate clip to RGB. Let me label this R, G, and B. So separately, basically, there are different channels that we can control. What I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna zoom in a little bit, and by the way, let's check it out what we've done so far. So before and after, before and after. Okay, that looks really cool. So I'm gonna zoom in a little bit, and what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna orient her eyeball as a reference point. I'm gonna go into node sizing over here. Okay, by default it's gonna be edit sizing, but I need node sizing because I'm gonna be manipulating individual nodes. And basically what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pan a little bit on the side. Okay, just like this. I'm gonna go to the blue channel, and I'm gonna do exactly the same in the blue channel. Okay, that way it will create a little bit kind of a digital feel to it. So I can see right away that I really like how it looks. he started looking very interesting. So really quick, before and after, even though a little difference, believe me, it makes a huge impact. So basically this is gonna be, and there's a plugin for it, but I don't like how this plugin worked. Basically we created chromatic aberration. So let me label this. I'm gonna put chroma. Okay. One very important thing, just don't go too far, too much with this kind of technique, because then your image kind of gonna start looking a little bit cheesy. So make sure to be very sort of precise and accurate how exactly you're applying this kind of technique. So we created chromatic aberration. That looks very, very cool. So we can see now from original clean shot, we start getting into very interesting kind of crazy looking image. So next one going to be vignetting, and I'm gonna do very little bit of vignette just to make sure that we're focusing on the center of the frame. Okay, just like this, very soft. I'm gonna flip it, basically invert it, and go back to primaries and just kind of crush the sides of it. Again, I'm gonna make it very soft. Okay, something like that. I don't want to make it too crazy. Alright, so that looks great. And now the final touch I want to do. So this is going to be vignetting. I want to add film grain. Basically, I want to distort my shot even more. So with the film grain over here, textures. And by the way, you can use any kind of film grain you like. I personally absolutely love film convert film grain. And I also have 10%, by the way, discount on the film convert if you ever want to purchase it. I have links in the description over here. So I'm gonna do 16 millimeters because this is kind of a big and large grain. That's what I like. Okay, so let me zoom in again. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna increase the grain strength a little bit. Okay, a little bit texture. Okay, just like that. And let's see how it's looking. Let's go to the full screen. Let's close all that. Let's loop the playback. Oop, it was already checked. And play it back. We can see that with a very few steps, I created this very interesting kind of sci-fi look. Basically, very simple, very straightforward. Make sure to check out my lot, link in the description. I have actually the store on my website. That lot is the very first to go, and be sure to check it out. Alright, that was it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Be sure to subscribe, and I will see ya soon.